We're diving deep into the mind and heart today to face something every one of us struggles with at some point. How to stop being angry at life. Throughout our lives, different moments test us, disappointments, failures, and unexpected turns that leave us feeling frustrated, let down, or even furious at the world itself. These difficult moments can shake our inner peace and make us question our strength. But ironically, it's during these very storms that we have the greatest chance to grow and evolve. It's important to understand that anger at life isn't a permanent mindset. It's a temporary human response, one that arises when we meet pain or unfairness. But learning how to rise above it, to calm those waves within, is vital for our emotional balance and personal development. That's exactly why we're here today, to walk with you through this journey of reflection, healing, and renewal. The words ahead are chosen carefully, meant to help you think deeply, gain clarity, and reshape your perspective. May these reflections guide you toward acceptance, forgiveness, and gratitude. Let's begin. If you hate someone, you've already given them power over you. True strength lies not in anger, but in the ability to stay composed when everything around you invites chaos. As we mature, we begin to see how pointless anger really is. It isolates us, it drains us, and when we act out of anger, we almost always lose, not because others defeat us, but because we lose control of ourselves. Anger is one of life's greatest traps. Patience, on the other hand, is the shield that keeps us safe. No one can truly hurt you unless you allow their actions to define your emotions. The moment you believe you're wounded, you already are not because they have power, but because you gave it. Raging storms of anger only make sorrow deeper. Even small frustrations can echo louder if we feed them. Don't see anger as an enemy to crush. See it as energy that needs gentle direction. Handle it with love, understanding, and mindfulness. Those who flare up easily have not yet learned to manage their inner resources. Anger doesn't just waste time. It wastes energy, focus, and peace. Choose love over resentment. The world always offers you something to appreciate, even when it feels cruel. Remember, nothing can truly harm you unless you decide it does. That choice always belongs to you. Never let someone make you hate them, because the moment you do, you've let them win. Hurting others will never make you whole. It only exposes your own wounds. Hatred is often a public confession of insecurity, and what irritates you about others can be your greatest teacher, revealing what still needs healing within yourself. The instant we let anger take over, we stop searching for truth and start defending our pride. Judgment, loneliness, anxiety. These are companions of an unguarded mind, and when we give them power, we lose the moment we're living in. So here's the truth. If you lose your temper, it's never someone else's fault. You are the keeper of your emotions. Others can provoke you, but your reaction, that's yours alone. Most people never ask, "How do I prevent anger?" They only ask, "What do I do once I'm angry?" But that's the key difference between reacting and mastering yourself. When people act unfairly or rudely, remember their behavior reflects them, not you. What angers a man defines him. Expect less, hope wisely, and peace becomes easier. An angry person often shouts but refuses to see. Wait before you react. Don't let a raised voice make you feel powerful. That's false strength. The best revenge is kindness. The greatest victory is inner calm. Here's a rule worth keeping. If something doesn't harm the world around you, it doesn't harm you either. And if anger can't make the situation better, it has no purpose. Sometimes people need correction, but even that can be done without rage. You can't control what others say, but you can master how you respond. That's emotional intelligence in action. To sit with another's darkness, you must first understand your own. Maybe if we could learn to love ourselves even just a little, we would have far less cruelty to share. An insult doesn't define you. Your reaction to it does. Those who truly understand life rarely get angry. Those who boast about their temper have already lost control of it. A loud threat is often a confession of weakness. Anger is like a double-edged blade. When you strike, you bleed too. Everything a wise person needs already lives within. Fools look for strength in others. Your complaints lose their meaning once you truly want to be free. You're not right simply because you're angry. Being upset is always a choice, and wisdom is choosing peace instead. If we all demand an eye for an eye, the world ends up blind. Patience is the secret cure for anger. Most arguments feel urgent in the moment, but seem meaningless in hindsight. When anger visits, let it pass and move forward with clarity. Fear has worsened the world's problems, not solved them. If your anger became lightning, it could light the world, but instead, it burns it. Hatred clouds judgment. It blinds the path forward. Great leaders understand one truth: they cannot afford to be ruled by anger. Hatred never builds anything lasting, and though anger might feel powerful in the moment, it quickly turns into chaos. Anger can make you bold, but also blind. It's courage without direction, fire without focus. It burns fast, and it burns everything, including you. Anger only lives comfortably in the hearts of the unwise. When clear thinking fades, anger steps in to take over, and when that happens, strength becomes weakness. Think of it this way: hatred is the tree, and anger is the weed that grows beneath it. Anyone can feel angry, but few can do so wisely, with the right measure, at the right time, and for the right reason. That's what makes restraint such a rare form of strength. Many people hold on tightly to their anger because they fear what lies beneath it: pain. Releasing anger means confronting the hurt that caused it, and that takes courage. For every minute you stay angry, you lose a minute of happiness. Anger is like acid. It destroys the vessel that contains it long before it reaches what it was meant to harm. Hurting your enemy places you beneath them. Getting even only puts you on the same level, but forgiving them, that elevates you beyond them. Remember, only one letter separates anger from danger. Before you set out seeking revenge, dig 2 graves, one for them and one for yourself. Anger is the emotion that most tempts us to judge harshly. When you hate your enemies, you don't weaken them, you weaken your intelligence. Don't waste your precious thoughts on people who don't deserve space in your mind. Anger dulls reason, it clouds wisdom, and it convinces you that being hurt is mandatory, when in truth, it's a choice. The dream that broke your heart might have planted your anger, but holding on to it won't rebuild what's lost. Silence is often the wisest answer when anger rises. Regret lasts forever, anger doesn't. And remember this: you are always the first victim of your own anger. If someone provokes you, don't mirror their behavior. When you feel anger coming, pause and imagine the outcome. Will your response make things better or worse? Those who anger easily exhaust everyone around them. A burning heart sends smoke to the mind, and vision fades. Adopt the pace of nature. Calm takes time. When you hate someone, you wound yourself more than you wound them. Whoever angers you conquers you. Instead of fighting what you despise, support what you love. You always have a choice. You can surrender, lash out, or stay calm and rise above. Don't rush forward shouting, "Step back," breathe, and smile. People who hate you are often confused admirers, secretly wishing they could be more like you. Anyone who can make you angry is, in that moment, your master. You grant power when you react. So remove angry people from your life, not by fighting them, but by refusing to become like them. Defeat cruelty with kindness. Give to those who lack. Speak truth to those who deceive. Anger appears suddenly, almost invisibly. That's why we must train ourselves daily to stay centered, quiet, and detached. You are made of something deeper and holier than passing emotions. If you fill your life with love and compassion, there will be little room left for rage, guilt, or resentment. Every human carries dark emotions, but wisdom lies not in suppressing them, rather in understanding them. Ask yourself, who does my anger hurt most? The answer will always be you. We all get angry. That's human. But learning to smile gently at your anger, to greet it without obeying it, that's mastery. When you become aware of anger, it already loses half its power. Awareness separates you from the storm. Holding on to anger is like hoarding garbage. It rots from within. The wise release it. The foolish carry it everywhere they go. You can't fully love the present moment if you're still furious about the past. The worst thing you can do with negative emotions is pretend they don't exist. Awareness purifies them. Denial feeds them. Trying not to feel your anger only deepens the wound, but acknowledging it allows transformation. Even those you dislike can teach you something about yourself. Before you react, pause and ask, does this even need a response? Small annoyances disappear when you stop giving them energy. When anger visits, avoid making big decisions. Recognize it, feel it, then wait until it passes. Because angry minds often sacrifice what's truly good for the temporary satisfaction of being right. Why can't we control anger easily? Because we love perfection, and when reality falls short, we resist it. Let life be imperfect. Let flaws exist. That's where peace begins. Remind yourself, much of what you call problems are simply your reactions to what is. Never go to bed angry. Rest with a calm heart, or you'll wake up still fighting ghosts. You'll rarely regret the words you didn't say in anger, but you'll often regret the ones you did. Anger is often a guard that hides sorrow. Look beneath it, and you'll find pain longing for understanding. Don't let stress pile upon stress. Most situations that anger, you don't care about your anger. They remain the same. People often fight because they lack purpose, not because they lack reason. It's funny, some people believe you hate them simply because you stopped thinking about them. When fury takes over, breathe or even curse, quietly if you must, but count to 4 before you act. Anger is born from the gap between how we wish the world was and how it really is. Those who cling to anger will always find a reason to justify it. But here's the truth. Anger is its own punishment. An angry person trying to drown you is already sinking. Greed, anger, and ignorance. These are the roots of the suffering mind. What triggered your anger is less important than what within you allowed it to grow. Anger isn't a sign of strength, it's a momentary blindness. And sometimes, what feels like righteous fury is just a trap, waiting to pull you down. Because no matter the reason, anger never improves the situation, it only multiplies the pain. We remember the insults we've received far longer than the ones we've given. Yet most times, the pain caused by anger is worse than the thing that made us angry. Anger is claimed by the strong, used by the good, but destroys the weak from within. The easier someone is hurt, the less control they have over themselves. Those far from truth tend to hate the most. Giving in to anger is surrendering your wisdom. If you want to understand your anger, don't judge it, observe it. Have faith in time. Bad weather clouds the vision, but it always passes. Some things disturb us more than they should. Some earlier than they should. And some only when they never should. The wise learn to fight only for what truly matters. They know their time and energy are limited. The farther one is from understanding, the more they resent others and the more pleased they are with themselves. Anger often feels like power, but it's just blindness wearing armor. To see clearly, your mind must stay calm like still water or aged wine. If you must be angry, focus on problems, not people. Work on answers, not excuses. When you feel anger rising, breathe. Before you speak, wait 10 seconds. If you're still angry, count to 100. Anger and danger are separated by just one letter. Whoever angers you, conquers you. Those who can make you mad become your masters. Yelling doesn't make you right. Rage rides a wild horse, and that horse always throws its rider. A man ruled by anger poisons his own system. Every act done in rage is doomed to fail. Anger isn't strength, it's short madness. Control it, or it will control you. Keep your calm, that's true power. The wise know. No one can truly hurt you unless you allow it. You're hurt the moment you think you're hurt. Hold your temper, and you'll avoid 100 days of sorrow. Anger is fire in the heart, smoke in the head. Kick a stone in rage, and it's your own foot that suffers. Don't get angry today. Every irritation that passes unreacted makes you stronger. Everything that bothers you about others is a mirror of yourself. The truth without calm becomes exaggeration. When anger enters, freedom leaves. Observe it, then move on. Because anger is short-lived, but the peace that replaces it is eternal. Those who live only for themselves are never truly happy. What you believe shapes who you become. Your thoughts carve your destiny. A man becomes what he believes he is. To find understanding, learn the art of separation. Step back and you'll see clearly. Those who act only for reward will never rest. They live trapped in fear of what may happen, forgetting that life exists only today. Today is life, the essence of it. The joy of growth, the glory of action, the beauty of now. Yesterday is a dream, tomorrow a vision. But today is real. Live it well, and you turn every day into happiness, every tomorrow into hope. When the soul meditates on itself, it finds peace. It no longer seeks anything outside, for it rests in the self. A person who performs his duties without attachment and offers the results to the divine is untouched by sin, just as a lotus remains unstained by muddy water. Those who control their minds remain steady in heat and cold, in pleasure and pain, in honor and shame. They walk in truth. Remember, you are your own friend and your own enemy. The self is both near and far, still and in motion, visible and unseen. The force that creates, sustains, and ends all things. It is the light beyond darkness, the knowledge, the knower, and the known. Anger leads to illusion. Illusion clouds reason. And when reason fades, destruction follows. Endurance, therefore, is the highest discipline, and those who master it always prevail. Evil grows from cruelty, apathy, and ignorance. Virtue is brotherhood, kindness, justice, and compassion. The clearest mind is the one that can pause, sit alone, and be at peace. To choose one thought over another, that is true strength. Speak only when your words are better than silence. All the ancient schools agreed on one thing: knowledge is peace. Philosophy exists to heal the mind. The Cynics fought against social delusion. The Epicureans sought freedom from false pleasure. The Stoics fought self-interest. The skeptics resisted false belief. All agreed with Socrates. People act wrongly not because they are evil, but because they do not know better. Things themselves are not evil. Our judgments make them so. Wisdom, then, is therapy for the soul, a change in how we see the world. True wealth lies in simplicity, patience, kindness, humility. Be patient with both friend and foe. Be gentle, even with yourself. Peace begins within, then radiates outward. Taoism teaches the art of being, to live not for the world, but within it. The present moment is infinity moving. Life is change, and change is art. Be happy with what you have. When you realize you have everything, the world becomes yours. See through your own eyes, not through the eyes of others. Hear with your own ears. Speak your truth without fear. Don't let others decide what you think. When you suppress your senses, you imprison your mind and body. Let go and grow. Water your dreams wisely. If you water them with fear, they grow into weeds. If you water them with hope, they bloom into success. Turn problems into opportunities. Let strength walk hand in hand with gentleness. Push too hard, and you'll break. The wise know when to yield and when to stand firm. Your fortune depends not on what happens, but on how and when you choose to let go. The worst people are those who cannot endure hardship. Sometimes, endurance itself is victory. Remove the cause, not just the symptom. It's a crown to know you don't know, and a curse to forget what you do know. To understand others is intelligence. To understand yourself is wisdom. To master others is strength. To master yourself is true power. A stiff tree breaks in the storm, but the reed that bends survives. To fight blindly is to die. To yield with awareness is to live. The wise man serves truth, not power. An empire should only trust the one who has nothing to gain from it. Deep down, you already know who you are and what you seek. Life is full of natural, unplanned change. To resist it is to suffer. Let truth unfold freely. Let things move as they must. Kind words strengthen courage. Deep thoughts awaken reflection. And quiet acts of kindness make people fall in love with life again. When a person clings to their own ideas, they stop learning. Explaining the Tao is like trying to catch the wind in a box. The moment you close it, the wind dies. People respect those who are content simply being themselves, not those who try to prove superiority. Those who see only others, but never see themselves, are always restless, chasing joy through other people's reflections. If you gamble with glass marbles, you'll play freely. If you gamble with gold, you'll tremble, not because you lost skill, but because you lost peace. When peace leaves, failure follows. Courage that depends on muscle will fade, but courage that comes from within endures. The truly brave do nothing out of fear or need for praise. They remain calm whether the world crowns or condemns them. Things joined for profit will fall apart when storms arrive. So let your thoughts be simple and your heart hold vast ideas. Do your duty and add no pride to it. A beam can break a city wall, but it cannot mend a small hole. Every tool has its place, and every person their purpose. The cat hunts better than the racehorse. The owl sees better at night, but fails to see at dawn. Each has its nature. You cannot force one to be the other. You cannot teach heaven to rise or earth to fall. To think you can end chaos is to misunderstand nature. The wise accept balance between all opposites, between light and shadow, yin and yang. The brave speak the truth, whether they are home or in exile. Philosophy, too, seeks nothing beyond itself. Its purpose is not reward, but integrity. A builder works with wood, an artist with metal, and the philosopher works with life itself. To live well, follow what the thinkers left behind. Their words meant not for decoration, but for transformation. Nothing disappoints more than one who preaches wisdom but lives in hypocrisy. It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you go through it. You could leave this life at any moment. Let everything you do, say, and think be worthy of that awareness. The key to peace is discernment, knowing what is within your control and what is not. Evil and good do not live in events, but in how we choose to respond. We fear more in imagination than in reality. Our mind causes more pain than the world itself. The man who conquers himself conquers the world. Replaying problems feeds them. Silence starves them. You cannot control what happens, only how you think about it. That is where strength begins. Do not do wrong. Do not speak falsely. Make your integrity so whole that even your enemy could know your truth. To find who you are, you must release who you think you are. A moral man values truth more than reputation. We were given 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen twice as much as we speak. What obstructs the way becomes the way. Obstacles are not barriers. They are bridges. Do not promise more than you can honor. Only a few can afford the luxury of anger. Do not speak when angry, for words born of fire can never be recalled. When I am angry, I move, I create. Direct your anger toward problems, not people. Stop explaining, start acting. You cannot laugh and rage at once. Choose one. And if you must use anger, use it as fuel, not as fire. But know this: anger is poison. It burns the vessel before it burns its target. Hatred is a bent sword. It wounds the hand that wields it. Every outburst makes you smaller. A bad mood dulls your mind. Every minute spent angry steals a minute of peace. You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. Love uplifts, hope restores, anger destroys, fear imprisons the heart, hope frees it. To make the world better, love louder than your rage. Anger is the wind that blows out the mind's flame. We stumble not because of our anger, but because we let it lead. Those who provoke you test your mastery, not theirs. I once acted from hate and fear, and every time it led me to loss. There's a reason anger and hate lead to the dark side. They spring from love corrupted by attachment. Better to cry than to rage. Tears cleanse. Anger corrodes. Happiness is not constant, nor should it be. The wise play all the keys of the human piano: joy, sorrow, and silence. Anger, like a nerve of the soul, can protect or destroy. It's part of us, ancient and instinctive, but wisdom is knowing when to let it go. Do not forget what an angry person says, because what triggers a man's anger reveals his inner world. When people speak in anger, their words can only produce more anger. A bitter mind cannot create peace. Every harsh thought is a spark that can ignite a lifelong flame. If two people choose resentment over understanding, they can carry that fire for decades until it burns them both to ashes. Even when you believe you are right, letting anger guide your words means you've handed your power to someone else. To be angry is to let another person's mistake hurt you twice, once in the moment and again in your reaction. Do not fear the future. When it arrives, you will meet it with the same strength and clarity you use to face the present. Bad things will happen, even to the wise: pain, illness, loss, disappointment. But wisdom is not about being unshakable like stone. It is about feeling deeply, yet not being destroyed by what you feel. The fool believes his first impression of fear and anger is truth itself. The wise man knows it's only a shadow, a passing wave upon the surface of the mind. He may feel the sting, but he does not surrender to it. He remains anchored in what he knows to be real. Life is a battle that requires patience, vigilance, and courage. We are all soldiers in a long war, each of us placed in our own position by fate. Our duty is not to control the war, but to stand firm in our post with honor. Your life will go well not when you force events to bend to your will, but when you let them unfold as they must. The key is to separate what is within your control from what is not. Your judgments, your choices, your responses, these belong to you. The rest belongs to the world. Goodness lies in your hands. Virtue is your true possession. It asks for no reward and fears no punishment. So do not waste energy on things you cannot command. Let go of what is outside your reach and take full responsibility for what is within it. Things themselves do not disturb us. It is our thoughts about them that do. The unwise blame others for their misfortunes. Those who are learning blame themselves. But the truly wise no longer blame anyone. They understand that life simply is, and peace comes from harmony with it. If a person does not know who they are, why they were born, or what their purpose is in this vast universe, they will stumble through life, deaf and blind, chasing pleasures and running from fears without ever finding meaning. The Stoic accepts what cannot be escaped and finds serenity in that acceptance. Happiness is not something to chase. It's a quiet alignment with virtue, a choice repeated every moment. Your reactions are your kingdom. You cannot rule the world, but you can rule yourself. Wisdom is the art of choosing rightly, even when the world chooses chaos. Every trial is a lesson, every storm a teacher, and happiness. True happiness is found not in what you have, but in who you become through the practice of virtue. Respect is not something we demand. It's something we attract through the way we carry ourselves. The calm man, the thoughtful man, the man who chooses silence over fury is not weak. He is in control. Anger is loud. Wisdom whispers. And it's that quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself, that makes people listen when you finally speak. Remember, what you control is enough. Your reactions, your choices, your inner state, that is where your true power lives. And when you master that power, no one and nothing can shake you. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, pause, breathe. Respond with clarity, not emotion. That's how respect is earned, not through dominance, but through discipline. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs peace more than anger today. And if you want more Stoic wisdom like this, subscribe to the channel and walk this path of strength and serenity with us. Because true power isn't in conquering others, it's in conquering yourself.